Welcome to Not Trevor's Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are reacting to the Restoration Games Blueprints. And this was, I think, a little panel thing they did at Gen Con 2025, announcing kind of some of their future plans. And obviously, if you've been with us a while, have gone to this channel before, uh, probably been a little bit now since we've done it, but we did do an unmatched tournament. So we had like a whole month of a bunch of matchups and stuff of unmatched. So that's a game we really love and have a lot of videos on the channel. But then they also have created some other games. We also well, you really love one of them, and then we both like another one, which is Thunder Road Vendetta is the one we both like. And then Return to Dark Tower, you kind of like that one a little bit more than I do.
A little bit.
But I only played it the one time, and I may have just had a bad experience. It
Yeah.
might
We
not
were
have just
at,
played out well.
I think we played too many players. I think three is the sweet spot. Four, you're kind of left with nothing to do. So
Yeah,
you will love it if you play it again. I guarantee it.
yeah. I feel like if I played it again, I would probably like it more than I did that first play. But never know. Maybe I wouldn't. But yeah, they announced some future plans that they have, and
Yep.
so we will dig into this and tell you what we think.
Oh boy,
And we
I'm up.
definitely will not rant too much.
I am
But yeah,
up.
I think some of those games make our top 80 of all time lists. So you can go check out our videos. We're currently doing those at the kind of the same time as this. I think two videos will have been released so far, 80 through 71 and 70 through 61. So you can go check that out. We've got a giveaway going on alongside that, so go check out how to enter that as well. But we will get to this first one we're talking about, and this is where we already come to a potential rant,
Yep,
and
it
we are
just
going to try
skyrocketed.
try to stop ourselves
A
from ranting
game that
here.
will never make my top games of all time. Battle Monsters. No, I hope it does. I hope it's really good. People love it, and I have no choice but to get a copy, and then I love it too. I hope that's how it turns out. Love the Godzilla movies. And here they are working on the final touches and art design to be able to get this one printed and get it out to people. So this one, I don't believe you have backed yet. A little expensive and just not sure what the gameplay, if that's going to be for us, since we already have a kind of dueling monsters, some people, dueling game from Restoration Games in Unmatched, and we would very, very much love to see these characters in this IP brought to Unmatched, but sadly they said the scale just didn't work. They'd be too big to go on those boards, and they were into that realism. They didn't want to break that for the game, but yeah,
Right.
this one heading towards production. I would think we could trust Restoration Games. I guess are they usually on time? I know maybe the was Tales to Amaze taking a little longer.
Yeah, I feel like a couple things that I've seen from them have taken a little bit longer than kind of what their typical projections are. So I would say, yeah, I don't think they weren't like seriously behind. I don't remember it being like feeling like a year or two behind or anything like that.
Mhm.
So, but I think it was a few months maybe. So at least the prior one, and then like their cubes that they did, the storage system for Unmatched. I didn't back that one either, but I remember them having some issues with that. But I think that might have had more to do with kind of the box design itself, like wasn't up to the standards that they wanted. So I think they tried to get that right. So in that case, if I would have backed it, I would have rather had them take their time to make sure. So I definitely understand that one. So yeah, I would think that this is something that will probably be about on time, if not, a few months late, possibly. But they would not be the first company to do that, and they won't be the last if that
No.
is the case. But yeah, really fun IP, and hopefully it'll end up being a solid hit because then I think they'll explore some other IPs potentially. It sounded like.
Looks like they got an Automa mode to enjoy as well. So if it is really good, I could even get it and play solo.
And what was that? I watched the video, and what was it? Pacific Rim. Have you watched
Um,
that movie, Pepper?
I have not.
They had considered possibly that one. I think someone asked in the crowd if they'd considered that for this, if they were to go for more IPs, and I guess that was one that they
Okay.
sounded like they at least liked, but I don't know. That doesn't necessarily mean anything when you start going to IPs and stuff. It's just kind of whatever works out. So, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then we move on to the game you mentioned earlier that we both enjoy a good bit, Thunder Road Vendetta. Already has a few expansions to it, and a few expansions I'm pretty interested in. Just the way to mix up the gameplay and customize your cars and your crew and things like that. And it looks like they're coming with the Interstate of Decay, a campaign game. So this one, I guess you play through, what is it, like four kind of series in the campaign.
Hmm.
Which you said made you told me how you pitched me. You're like they're pretty much making it the Heat Championship mode. And I'm like, oh yeah, I love that.
That was at least what I immediately thought of, because it sounded like you were potentially getting like some things in between races and stuff, depending on how you did, and yeah, just kind of building up throughout the series. And I'm like, it really sounds very similar to what the Heat Championship mode is. So yeah, if it's anything like that or even better, I think this would be a great expansion. Um, I I can't remember. 'Cause the Mice and Mystics, isn't that more of a story game? And I think Wandering Galaxy is kind of the third one in the Forgotten Waters, Freelancers kind of thing. So, and I would assume that would be more story driven. So that
Tales,
kind of makes me think that it
yeah,
would be story, but I don't know that it needs story. So hopefully that isn't the case.
one part campaign story. Yeah, I don't know. I hope there is some way to maybe play through it with a story and then also get a new game mode out of it for all future plays, hopefully. But
Right.
I don't know.
Because yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, depending on what it changes and stuff in between races and how you change things. I don't know that I necessarily need story. It's kind
Yeah,
of a strange thing, especially if it's only four races. And it's
yeah,
not like, oh, you're doing a huge championship run of a huge campaign of, 10, 20 races or something.
yeah,
So, it'll be interesting. I am interested in this one. This seems a little bit different than some of those other expansions, and
yeah.
yeah, I think it could be one of the better ones.
Yeah, I'd put
For
that above the battle monsters currently.
yeah, I would
And
agree.
so that is most hyped. Can anything beat it? Oh boy. It might be immediately beat with this Return to Dark Tower Expeditions. This one I have both previous expansions. I've played with the first one, whatever that is, alliances or something, and the one with the colored skulls and different effects for each of the four quarters of the board. I have not played with the second one yet. It's hard to play this game solo with expansions, and I haven't gotten it played nearly as much as I want to, but I really like it when I do play it. So it's a little intimidating to get another expansion. I'm like, oh boy, that's just more and more stuff adding to how many things I have to manage.
Hmm.
But I like the ideas of everything that I've heard. I guess I haven't looked into this one too much. Let's see what we got. Expeditions will feature four different expeditions. Don't know what that means. Four new heroes, new gear, new treasure. So sounds like more stuff for a lot of the stuff. Just more of these types of cards. Giving more challenges and levers to toggle for variability and difficulty. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you watched the video. Did it explain what the expeditions were and what you were doing? Is it just kind of like another dungeon? Like you're going off and maybe you go into the app and do something?
Yeah, I guess I don't fully remember for this one. I think I started. I don't remember exactly what they said, but whatever they said had me more intrigued initially, and then I think as they kept talking about it, I was like, it sounded less and less interesting. At first, I was thinking it was going to be kind of going off to these distant lands, doing something there, and then coming back and playing the game then or something kind of like that. But I don't know if that's actually what it ended up being.
Hmm.
Uh, all right, so yeah, it assume maybe it would be similar to those, like you said, the dungeon type thing. That maybe yeah, you do a expedition there or something. But yeah, it's probably still interesting. This one might be the one I'm least interested in, probably just because I'd probably just go back to the base game myself and
Yeah.
maybe do some of that expansion stuff if you think that it's kind of, some of the better stuff that they add. Um, and then, yeah, depending on if I change my mind on the game, then maybe I
Yeah.
come back and look at what this has to offer.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Yeah. I'd put this maybe second for me
yeah.
currently. But yeah, it's and also like how many more things can we have there? Like not only to manage, but just like to think, what do I do? Like even the dungeons, I'm like, I don't need to go to the dungeon. I really want to, but
Mm.
I have three objectives I have to complete by the end of the month. I shouldn't be going in a dungeon, but there's really cool stuff down there.
Well,
But yeah, so even more, and more. Speaking of more, we have more Unmatched.
oh,
Oh,
geez.
a heartbreaking tale for you here.
It really is a heartbreaking tale. Because, yeah, I feel like it was something that they always are like when talking or have previously talking about the Bruce Lee character, the Deadpool character. Never say never that they would never reprint them, but I feel like, and maybe I might have missed some conversation, but it felt like they were kind of like unlikely to be printing these again. And I think someone was selling it on Marketplace. I finally get myself a I was thinking I was originally going because the person had Deadpool and Bruce Lee, and I was going to get one of them. And I was originally going to get Deadpool, and then there was like some miscommunication, and they had offered Deadpool to someone else or something too, and asked if I wanted, Bruce Lee, and they could do whatever to actually sell it for a little bit cheaper. I was like, okay, I guess. And of course, then, like, I swear it was like within a month of me buying that, they're like, oh, this Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali set gonna come out eventually. I'm like, of course. Couldn't have announced that just a little bit earlier. I get it at like the worst time. but but I mean it is what it is. I'm glad that people are able to get that now and now it's matched with
Yeah.
another fighter here. I think that's a good thing that they're getting there and now I'm sure I'll just keep out hope that we will maybe get a Deadpool Wolverine kind of thing, but I'm sure
We
that
won't
will
do
never
that.
come unless I buy a copy of Deadpool. And I'll let everyone know a month in advance so that everyone knows that it's going to be announced.
Uh,
but but yeah,
if anyone wants an original Bruce Lee unmatched character and wants to
and I
trade in a Deadpool for it,
oh,
there you
that's
go.
true.
Pretty even.
That's true. I mean,
Might have
I'm
some
guessing
value.
there might still be some people that want the original because I think they changed the mini, so
Yeah.
pretty cool. But I think I also got the foil card or whatever that came with the original one, so that I don't know if they're gonna have the same thing. But in the stream, they did say something about the foil cards for this one that they did something that they've wanted to do for a while, but it hasn't worked out until now. So I don't know what that meant.
Hmm.
I don't know what they're going to be doing with those that would be possibly different than before, but
Yeah.
it has me intrigued.
That's cool.
They're trying to get people like me who were like, maybe I don't buy this just to send a message to intrigue to buy it again.
Yeah, send a message to them for what they did to you by not letting you know that they were going to get Bruce Lee back. You personally before you purchase.
Exactly.
But for even just Muhammad Ali, I'm guessing to have even one character, we probably will get this for sure. And some pretty cool minis. Like if we didn't have Bruce Lee, we would be like, "Oh, this is fantastic."
hmm
I think it's a great set. Muhammad Ali is another huge name, and I think one that fits perfectly in this series.
hmm Yep, I agree. And then all of you who are maybe in a similar boat in terms of Cobble and Fog, maybe can't get themselves a copy, haven't been able to find one. I guess I was not aware that I knew they had put some in the vault, so to say, and weren't like reprinting them necessarily, but I guess I'm not really aware of which ones are currently like very hard to find out of stock kind of thing and which ones are out there because I feel like at least my local Barnes and Noble, it feels like they have like almost all the sets. And until like very recently, they even had like the Jurassic Park ones. I think those ones might be getting there of being harder to find. Um, I feel like they might have Cobble and Fog, so I know this doesn't mean that there are no copies of Cobble and Fog out there, but it must mean that it's, I would assume, getting kind of down there in stock. But yeah, they're coming out with a reprint in 2026. So all of you that have been maybe looking for this one, you can hopefully wait and not have to buy one for maybe more if that's what's happening currently. I don't know if they're being sold for more right now or if they're easy to get. But here's your chance to get it at a 2026 date. So
It's
not immediately. You do have to wait a bit, but it is good that they are coming back out with that. So
yeah,
because yeah, I think that one is a very solid set. So
yes, for sure. One of the best to start with. Uh,
ooh, and then we got into some new stuff. New
Four character
stuff.
set. I like that we're still doing four character sets. I was worried they'd get away from that once they announced the end of the Battle of Legends. I'm like, they just want to do smaller sets and make that money, don't they? But here we
Wow,
go.
Pepper's going after him again.
I'm going after.
But they did. I think they also listened to fans, where they kind of started with these double-sided mats, and then they started going to the same map on two sides of the
Oh
board
yeah.
with kind of a little different circles. If you've ever played it, some on one side they'd be kind of filled in and very easy to see. I think that was used by a lot of people. Not saying everyone, but I think a lot of people use that side. And then the other side was you could kind of see the artwork, the full artwork, a little bit better, and they were more kind of just rings of a color, which made it a little harder to see sometimes, depending on your lighting. But now, yeah, they're going. Sounds like at least in this set again, they're going back to a two battlefield set, so double sided, which is awesome too. But I really like this idea, stars and stripes. It kind of in a way, it's not quite the same, but we did a video. I don't. It's probably been a while now of characters we'd like to see in Unmatched. I feel like I might have said George Washington. That one might finally be one. I
Mm.
don't think they've hit on any of them that I've said yet until that one. Um, but I think for mine though, I had done like a holiday set or something, and maybe I
Mm.
didn't. I
Oh,
can't remember. I either said George Washington or Abraham Lincoln or both. I couldn't remember because I think I did one
Lincoln.
as like President's Day or something, and then
Okay.
like Santa Claus for Christmas, and like, I think I had like yeah four holiday themed ones.
Mm.
Um, so this kind of makes me think a little bit of that. It's not quite that, but uh, yeah, I like the idea of this one. Kind of four unique fighters here. It feels like they'll be unique. And yeah, then we got Rosie the Riveter in a mech suit. And I thought we were all about keeping things real here and unmatched. Didn't want the monster verse in unmatched because that would be too unrealistic. But you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. T-Rex is drinking a Slurpee, hitting someone with a fire hydrant. It makes sense, you know. Oh man. Again, without that little pettiness of being a little butthurt that we don't get our two favorite crossover on our list when we made that Godzilla Kong in here. Apart from all that, this is a really awesome looking set. I like the look of a lot of the characters here. Definitely like Washington. I'm just interested, like what's the mechanism? What's Washington? What are they gonna do with
It's
that
apparently
character?
pre-presidency, and they said like spy version of him or something like that. So I'm like, could be interesting. And then I feel like this could. I feel like you could have a second kind of set of this where I think like John Henry is maybe more of like a folk legend kind of thing,
Oh yeah.
and you could have like a Paul Bunyan and kind of some other American legend kind of things like that. I feel like you could do a second set like this, and you could have another president, maybe Abe back in his wrestling days where he went 300 and 0.
Oh yeah. You gotta get Abe in there. You gotta get him. I mean, he's too
So
iconic. You cannot not have that miniature.
yeah, so yeah, this has got me excited, and I would not be upset with another set of kind of American legends like this.
Yeah. Yep. And then I believe the last bit here,
Oh, I
Hellboy.
don't know if we
Is
missed it on here or not, but before I forget, if we scroll past it or something, it doesn't look like it has it on there. I just don't want to forget. They did announce for Unmatched, so it doesn't look like it's on there, but they are going to be redoing kind of their Unmatched app and working
Oh
with
yeah.
Direwolf Digital. So I'm
Ooh.
very excited for that because Direwolf Digital does some really amazing board game apps. So that's got me really, really excited. I have not played it on the current version of their app. I don't know how good or bad that is. Um, sounds like they were going to not just be like taking the current version and just kind of tweaking it slightly. It sounded like Direwolf wanted to kind of start from the ground up almost. Maybe use some things and stuff, but kind of really make sure they're creating something solid. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, I think they had even mentioned that because sometimes it's hard, I guess, for when you have the physical version of the board game and then like a digital version, getting IP things to work out. It sounded like Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali would be playable characters in
I was
that.
gonna say,
So
can you get Deadpool on there? There you go. You don't even have to print it. You
there we
just put it
go.
on there. That's the solution.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, if they make great things, sometimes you just gotta step back, say, this is what's best for the app. Just let them take over, do that. Let us choose what characters go into Unmatched. It's like they know better. Let's submit, let them do it. But yeah,
Exactly.
also, Cobble and Fog, I just went on to Board Game Geek for listings that had it on Amazon for 87 bucks.
Okay.
I don't know,
So it
doesn't it
must be a
usually,
little harder.
I think it usually says like miniature market if it's on there. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be one of the top ones?
Yeah, usually it would
Do
say
not
something
see
like
it
that.
on
So
there.
it must not be. It must be a little harder to get.
But Hellboy, are you excited for Hellboy? I know we watched some of these when we were younger. I feel like
Yeah, it's
I
been a
don't
while.
remember them.
It's been a while. I did not remember them either. Um, it seems like a cool, interesting choice to put in there. And yeah, I'm this is one that even if I don't know like any of the characters and stuff, I'm actually a bit more interested in it because it seems like, yeah, from what I remember, it's kind of got that, fighting style along with still having a weapon and stuff. So I'm interested to see if he will be more of a ranged fighter or a melee fighter. I'm not sure, or some combination. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even have any idea of who the other characters could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
There's like a fish guy, fish looking guy.
yeah, something like that. I don't remember
And the
exactly.
second one's like the Golden Army. Like that's all I know about Hellboy.
Yeah. But yeah, this could get me to maybe go back and watch some of the Hellboy stuff because yeah, and I don't know.
Is
Oof,
the art
I don't even want to feature cover artists.
is that like is it like comic book? Is it like
I
that
think it
artist?
might be comic book.
Because it
That's what
it
I was worried to
looks
say. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm assuming it is the person that did the comic book art. Would be my guess.
oh,
So, but I don't want all those Hellboy fans. I don't want to make you upset because yeah,
is
I don't know.
comic
I
book
don't remember.
writer best known for creating Hellboy.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
So
I
that
hope
is
he does
good.
the art
That is
for it as
good.
well and doesn't just write it.
That is good though. I like that they were able to work that out. That's a really cool thing, especially for yeah the people that like the comics. Um, and maybe yeah, let us know if you are a Hellboy comic book fan. Do the movies that are out there do it justice?
Yes.
Is it a good implementation? Would you rather have kind of a reboot of that or whatever, and a new kind of version of it that maybe feels more comic booky? Because yeah, I guess I don't even know. Is it? It must be its own thing, not fall under like Marvel or DC or
Yeah,
any of that stuff.
it must. I would think so. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have a big old Marvel or DC
That's
logo
true.
pasted on
That's
these
true.
drawings.
That is true. That is true. That's a good point, Pepper.
Yeah.
People would definitely be speculating if it was DC. They'd be like, okay, this is just the start. What are we
We
getting next?
so most excited. I think mine might be the Stars and Stripes. I think that might be the one I'm going for. That or Thunder Road. If it's something really cool with Thunder Road with that system, that could take it. But I know Unmatched is great, so I think I'm going Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, that's probably my most excited as well, along with the app. Because then if it's a direwolf one, I probably will be done getting it. Not to say I don't know. Maybe the app is really good already. Let me know in the comments below too if you've played on the Unmatched app and it is already really good. I guess I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. I've ever heard anyone like just praising it as being like an amazing app or anything, but
Yeah,
I do know people do play on it, so
it's true.
it must be usable. Must be usable in its current state.
Wait a minute. So Direwolf, Digital Direwolf, Dune, Clank, Dune Unmatched? Is that what we're getting?
They had to make the deal. It's kind of a three-way deal with a legendary. I think is that legendary that
I,
although that's who did that's who did Kong and Godzilla though too. So
it's
we've
true.
got a whole
Oh
unit
my
working together
goodness.
here.
Godzilla's going to be in Dune Part 3
You heard it here first
at the Dark Tower.
at the Dark Tower. But yeah, I'm excited for the future of Unmatched and uh, restoration games in general. Looks like they got a lot of good stuff coming. And yeah, I wonder if there are other secrets, other things coming out as well. Hopefully, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think they were getting kind of final copies of those things before they mass produced it. I think that's what they said at the beginning of the live cast. So that's where they were in the production of that one. So hopefully that'll be coming out here in the next few months. So that'll probably be a big Christmas hit, I would assume, especially for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans. But yeah, I'm excited for that one too.
Me too.
See kind of what that changes up for the unmatched adventures. But yeah, let us know in the comments below what you are most excited for coming from Restoration Games, and what you hope they do in the future, what IPs they go after for their Battle Monster series and Unmatched, and any of their other games as well. But otherwise, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future content, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.